I'm from ninth grade. I'm in Padma Collector Public School and College, and today I'm gonna presentate about Kabaddi, which is the national game of our country.
Okay, so I'm gonna share the screen so you can start your presentation, Sampan.
Okay.
Okay. All of you, please introduce yourself. Give me a minute. I need to open the slides. Participant from my side, introduce yourself one by one. All of you.
Hello everyone, I am Faisal Jamil. I am from class 10 in Pabna Collectorate Public School and College. It's nice to meet you all.
Hello, my name is Meher Jamin. I am a student of class 8 in Pabna Collectorate Public School and College. Nice to meet you all.
Hello, myself Tasma Islam. I'm a student of class 8 in Pabna Collectorate Public School and College. Nice to meet you all.
So this is a local game and very popular game in our country and a national game, Kabaddi. So I'm gonna present this one. Sam, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you can start the presentation.
Okay. So first of all, let's know what's Kabaddi. Yeah. So Kabaddi is the international game of our country, and it's also known as the name Hadiji by the locals. The game was first found in 2000 BC in the Indian subcontinent, and basically this game is really a fun game, and it's the national game of our country, as well as it's an international game. So that's all for this slide. Go to the next slide. Okay, so player requirements and playground configurations. So in Kabaddi, there are 12 players in the team in total, and in which 7 players would be in the ground at the same time. So the 7 players would be an attacking team. That would be 2 teams. One would be the attacking and one would be the defensive one. The team which goes first would be called the raider team, and the other one would be called the defender team. And the configurations would be 10 meters by 8 meters. So go to the next slide. Okay, so basic and grammatical rules of Kabaddi. So Kabaddi is like, as I said, it's the national game of our country. So this game has a lot of rules. The main rule is to have the most points at limited time. The time would be 40 minutes, in which there would be 20 minutes and in 2 halves, and there would be a 10-minute recess, so it would take 50 minutes in total. The team which scores the most points in this time would gain triumph. So there are several ways to gain points. The first way is to get points by raid. If someone attacks the opponent, then it's called the raid. If the raider goes to the opponent's side, and then he has to go there and return in just one breath. He can't take more than one breath. He has to yell Kabaddi all the time until he returns to his court. He has to say like this, Kabaddi, 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 until his breath goes down. And he has to yell this and go forward in the opponent court. After going in the court, he has to tag or touch any player. For each player, he would gain 1 point. If he touches one player and returns in his court within his breath, then he could gain 1 point for each player. But if the opponents keep him or don't make him return to his court, then they would gain 1 point. This is the main rule, and besides, there's some extra rules like the what's that called again? Yeah, the bonus lines. You could get bonus scores when all 7 players in the court, then you could get some bonus points. And there are also some rules, but I'm not gonna share all of them. I'm just gonna say the pragmatical rules. So I'm gonna go to the next slide. So yes. So Kabaddi as an international sport. As it's a game from the Indian subcontinent, as I have mentioned before, it's, the main things are based on the Asia and the South Asian things. Like most of the countries play Kabaddi from this state of the world because this game was first found in this state. And in the South Asia, this game is mostly popular than other countries, but not only the state. This game is also played all over the world. We can nowadays see it in countries like in Europe and in European countries like England and Italy and other countries, and sometimes some American teams also play. So about the World Cups, this game isn't an Olympics yet, but there's some World Cups which are arranged all over the world, and most of them are arranged in the South Asia because there are most people from there. And the main thing is these World Cups have a lot of participants in these teams, and that shows us that this game isn't just popular in the Asia; it's popular in all around the world. That's why we can get a lot of references of Kabaddi's being famous. And at first, I would like to say that in Bangladesh, Kabaddi holds significant popularity, and various national tournaments are organized to promote the sport. So, like in our country, Kabaddi is really important because it's a national game, as I have described. There are several tournaments arranged in a country, like in 2 months or 3 months. It's really often, and it can be said frequently because this game is really played in a match side. And so that's all for me. And this is my ending. So goodbye.
Yeah, thank you so much, Saum Khan, for sharing some important information about Kabaddi, our national game. So, Cook, if your student want to know something about the game, it's a local game of Bangladesh, and people used to play this game, especially in just like different kind of events we arrange in our school level. This year, we also participated in this in the tournament, district level tournament, and yeah, it's really popular here, Bangladesh.
And you had said that at some of those World Cups, there are American teams too that play? Are they like from New York or big cities, or do you know?
So, Saum Khan, you can answer it if you know.
Yeah, I
something
think
about
that there are some teams, but I'm not sure is it from a individual state. It's from the whole America. Sometimes they play. It's not like they have a they have a team and they play sometimes, as I found in my research. What I know is like they just have a team and they play on the World Cups or participate and something like these.
Okay, so where did you get that point? That means you have collected it from internet, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not sure about that. So what do you think? Do you know about something Kabaddi or like this kind of game led by Americans, your people? No?
Do any of you guys play this sport, or do you have friends that play for fun or anything? Because I know you said that your school plays.
Yeah. Here, one player is available. Yeah, Saum Khan. He just participated this year from our team. Yeah. So
one question that I have is it played indoors or outdoors or in stadiums?
It's a kind of indoor game, but we used to play it outdoor also. If the weather is good, we can use any kind of field. We just draw the margin or just mark the place and we can play. Because it doesn't take too much space to play the game. And it's really interesting because people just push one another, they just grab one another. It's really funny. And
How often do people get hurt?
and telling the truth, this is the first time our school participated in the game. This is the first time. So I just I tried my level best to prepare my team, but actually city boys, they are city boys, so they don't have enough experience. But for the first time, they did really well. But most of them, that means 2 or 3 were injured because they just get smashed into the soil. And they need to force each other. And it's about something about your vocal breathing technique. Because when you are shouting kabaddi, 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 you cannot leave your breath. If you leave your breath, then they will catch you. And they will get the point. So it's a kind of breathing technique also, breathing game. It's really interesting. So we have a lot of more things to share. If you want to ask something about our national game Kabaddi, you can ask.
How big are the fields? About?
Saum Khan, can you just mention the size of the field?
It's
Yeah.
like 121 divided by 2 meters into 10 meters. And for the women and the junior leagues, it would be 11 meters into 8 meters.
Actually, the slide is not clear enough. Sorry for that. But this is the you can see there. This is the length.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there referees?
Yeah, definitely. Hello, John. Introducing myself. I'm Mohammad Imran Gobir, senior teacher, Pabna Collected Public School and College. So you are a senior citizen, I see, but I don't know about you. So can you please share something about you?
Well, yeah, John, if you want
We
to,
are old friends. Cook and me, old friends. Yes.
I'm a Rotary mentor. This is my 3rd year working with Cook's class on a variety of international projects. So it's I'm very thankful that you invite me in to participate.
Yes, thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
I have a question. So how many people can play on the field at a time, or like how many team members do they have?
So you have to prepare your team within 12 players, but 7 players can play or participate in the game. 7 players, and you cannot cross the border line. There is a border line. If you just get outside of the border line, they will get point. So it's not a huge place, but 7 people just staying at the same place for a long time. It's really tough. It's a kind of balance. It's a kind of breathing technique. And also you need to be really healthy and clever also.
Before we move on, I just was going to request, maybe you guys could post some video for us from your team.
Definitely. We will. I have.
We've never seen it.
Yeah. I will share the picture. Definitely, I will share the picture as well as video footage. It's really interesting game. So, will I present another PowerPoint presentation slide? Will I share? Okay, so our next presentation is another interesting game in our country. It's boat racing. And you'll be happy to know that our president, he is coming to visit he's from another good news for us, that he is from our state, our city, president of Bangladesh. Yeah. So he is coming to see the boat race in the coming 27 September. And you know that there is some protocol. So from today, our school has been closed due to his arrival, because I think army, they are coming to our school for the taking the shelter or just see the overall situation. So he is only coming to visit our state to see the boat racing.
Well, that's an honor. Yeah. Congratulations.
Really, we are really excited. Okay, so this year, to 2023, he has been nominated for president candidate from our state, from our city. Okay, so Nihal or Alamin. Alamin, are you there? Alamin, somebody talk to Alamin or
Sir,
just
who is
call.
Alamin, sir?
Oh, sorry, no. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, sir.
You are there.
Yeah,
Okay, give me a
no
minute. Give me a
problem.
minute.
Okay,
Sir,
take it.
So my students are really hardworking. They have prepared these PowerPoint presentation slide within 3 or 4 days. All of them. I have 8 presentation here, and all of them just worked hard to make it successful. Yeah.
That is so great. Thank you guys, all of you, so
Yeah,
much.
we're very excited to see all of them.
Yeah. So now are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm
It's a
ready.
part of our culture. If
Yeah.
you search boat racing of Bangladesh, you'll find a lot of video clips. And they used to wear colorful dress. They just decorate their boat. Okay, so yeah. You can start right now, Non.
Okay, sir.
Can you
So
see the
hi,
screen?
I'm just yes, I can see clearly. Okay, I'm Jisan Almudnan. I'm a student of ninth grade at Permaculture Public School and College. So today I'm going to share with you about boat race, and the Bangla pronunciation is Noka Bais in Bangla, and English is boat race. And it's a very traditional and a famous and popular sport in our country, and especially these races are held during the wet and especially in the autumn seasons of our Bengali calendar. Things it's closest, I think, corresponding to June to October in the English calendar. And this also takes place annually in Birmingham in England, and when they're took this culture event, especially in the West Midlands and UK are attracting, they're attracting literally attracting not only Bangladeshis but a variety of cultures and presentation people of their countries. And it's also just kind of boat race also in our country, and also UK when they're approaching is that such kind of event, especially in the annual event, a lot of people in the area gather in these times. And it's a very common in rural areas in our country, and boat race is very traditional of our Bengali culture. When you go back to centuries, it's popular, especially in the urban areas, increased in 18th centuries. And when was the it was very common when it was common during the British rule in the Sylhet region after the rainy season when much of land goes underwater. And Sylhet is a district of our country, and when the ruled, I mean, British rule our country, it is a part of India subcontinent. And when in some case, and the rainy season when it gets go there, and the mass of water goes under that district, and especially in this time there's this versus independent in this times, and now it's totally is a popular game in our country, and boats are used for nokabais, that means boat race are long with each team consists from 7 to 100 members, and they are known as mazis in Bangla. I cannot exact know the English word of this mazi. And the person rowing the boat are known as the dari, and the person steering the boat is called hari, and he sits at the back of end of the boat. And boats are usually named with their attractive and boastful names displaying quality and speed. And especially in the inter-riverine competitors, teams are named after their respective home rivers. I mean the local rivers. When there's a strait near their home or something like that. And it is also can mention that it is also a social event, and it is a common for competitors to sing the local song or the folk song of our country when they compete with each other, and it's a very popular game in our country. Yep.
Can I change the slide?
Sir, I have already done. I've given some pictures
Okay.
to clarify the main
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, this is everything behind the brace.
You know that Bangladesh is
So,
a riverine country.
yeah,
Thousands, yeah. So it's a very common game here in Bangladesh.
it's
It's a game
also
of the
very
common people.
popular,
Yes.
especially in Asia region.
Yeah,
I think
especially in
so.
the village areas.
Asia region, yep. Also Thailand, Myanmar, Vietnam are also participating in that such kind of boat race.
Okay. Thank you so much, Nan, for sharing. So,
You're most
dear
welcome.
participant, if you want to say something or if you want to know something about boat racing, you can ask.
Do any of you guys participate in the boat races?
No, we don't have any experience.
No,
Anybody
I
here?
don't have.
No, we don't have any experience. It's a game of common people. That means people who just
Yep.
live beside the river. Their favorite sports this one.
But in our city life, it is very rare because there is not like that much river in
Yeah, the
our
reason is
side.
that actually you know that we have a river here in Bangladesh. That means in Pabna city that is called Isamuti, but the condition of the river is not good enough.
Okay.
So that's why once upon we just heard it from our from our grandparents or from our elders that there was a time when people used to just like this kind of participate in boat racing in our city area also. But now the condition of the river is not good enough. That's why actually it's really rare. Okay, anybody? Do you have
How
any
many
query?
people are on each boat?
So many.
It consists of 7 to 100 members, depending on the boat's length.
Yeah, depending on the boat length.
How long
And
can a
also
boat get?
It could be about 15 to 20 meters, and also it will also depend on the weight of the boat.
What's the longest boat that somebody's ever made?
I don't really know, but especially the racing boat are totally different than other boats because when years ago so longer in there, so it's also mentioned of the load. That means the capacity when it just increases, the main load is very much difficult to balance when they're racing to each other. So it's very tough to balance at the time. Otherwise, it will go into like sink, like Titanic.
How do they pick what person sits at the front of the boat? Like, is he the person that sits at the front? Is he like the best boater, or is it just random?
No, he's leading the boat. And the first of the people who lead the boat at the first and we're standing that up in the board of the side. So he's just lead the boat which direction they will go. And you can say at the last at the back behind of the boat, he just drives the boat like steering. When he's steering in the car with just left right, his work is like something like that. He's doing something like that.
And then how long do they race for? Is it a long distance race or is it really short distance?
No, it's also depend the length of the river or something like that. And it just not like such like long time. It don't happen like that because a lot of people are here, and there's also the risks of the water conditions. I mean, when there goes to black and this time the weather also depends on the time. So it also depends the participant who are participating in the boat and also the condition of the river and water and something like that, and also the weather. It's depend on that.
Has there ever been a time that a boat has like tipped over into the water?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Do you is there like rewards for if you win the race? Exactly.
If they win the race, I think they get something to that.
Yeah,
Because we
actually,
don't
I
have
want to
like
share, especially in this type of race, actually, yeah, as they are village people, most of the time the reward is Android TV or different kind of device, and they become really happy.
I think so.
Yeah.
Because we're not totally experienced about it. It is a very rare case in our city, also our cities in our country.
Within
Very
two
common
or
in village.
within couple of days,
Yep,
we'll be able to just see a gorgeous or just colorful boat race, because you know that president will be there. Honorable president will be there. Yeah, that's why I think they're gonna be a really historical boat race. It would be.
Is boat racing competed in the Olympics?
I think I don't know. They don't errands about in this boat race in there. No. As far as I know, they don't errands that kind of race, like boat race.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're most welcome.
So, Cook, do you have any presentation from your side?
Yeah, we do. We'll start the same way. If my students will introduce themselves, and then there's three of them that will kind of walk us through our presentation. So let's go ahead and do that, guys. Start with Carrie.
Hi, my name is Carrie Harris, and I'm going to be a senior this year, and I'm going to pass it off to Iyad.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ziad. I'm a senior this year and also a Muslim. It's really nice to meet you all. And I'll pass it my friend Piercy.
Thank you so much. Nice to hear.
Walaikum assalam.
Sorry, we had a little audio issue. Percy, you.
So if we start another presentation, would you mind?
Yep, let's go ahead. We just have the one, and we can start it now, and we'll go ahead and let you guys ask questions the same way as it went done. So guys, if you want to go ahead, can you share screen? Okay. We're in the same room, so I can walk over there and
No
see.
issues, no issues. Take your time.
Okay.
All right, so our presentation, we are going to be covering some sports in America. I am David Lightfoot, and my team members are Cheyenne and Evelyn. And today we are going to be covering American football, soccer, and chess. We are aware that you guys have a chess team as well as a soccer team, and we figured we would like to cover our sides of things and how we view them and the ways that we play them. And we'd also like to talk about American football because it is a very big part of our American culture. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it to my teammate Cheyenne, or actually we're going to talk about some icebreakers, some trivia. So if you guys would like to, you can, or we'll read these questions off and you guys can keep track of the answers, what ones that you think is correct. And throughout the presentation, we will show you guys the answers and you guys can see how many you got right. So starting off with the soccer questions, Cheyenne, if you would like to read those off.
All right, so first question is going to be, what are the names of the boxes that surround the goal? So their first option is the 16-yard box and the 8-yard box, the 12-yard box and the 9-yard box, or the 16-yard box and the 9-yard box. So you can choose one of those answers.
Anybody can answer it. The
Anyone can
participant-
answer it.
Yeah. If you know the answer, you can answer it.
Okay. For our second question, it is how many players from one team can play on the field at once? So you can either choose 14 players, 11 players, or 12 players. And then for our last question is how many points does a team have to be ahead for the game to result in an automatic win? This is referred to as the mercy rule. So is it 10, 9, or 8?
Also, I would just like to say, like, you guys don't have to feel like you need to know the answer. We will answer them through our presentation.
So boys and
Yes,
girls,
so-
you can answer it. If you know I know that.
Yes, if you
so
know the
many-
answer, feel
Yeah.
free to share them with us. Like we said, we
No,
will answer
don't
them.
think about right and wrong. What is
Yeah.
your guess? Please share with us.
Yes,
No
please
issues.
guess if you want to, and
Yeah.
we will answer them by the end of our presentation.
Yeah,
So with
anybody who
the
can answer it?
Okay, I guess for the second number question, it would be like 11, the second number. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, that's correct. There's 10 players on the field, and then
really?
there's one goalie. So 11 players from one team.
Okay, thank you.
So anybody else? Yeah, Samir Alam. You don't need to raise your hand. You just share the answer if you know that.
No, sir. I was going to answer the second question 12,
Second
but
question.
it is wrong.
Can I answer the third one?
Yeah, definitely. You can answer it.
I think it's 9. I mean, I'm not sure, but let's say it's 9. It's a just guess.
That's a very good guess, but it is 8. So if your team is winning 8-0, then it's an automatic win. The game gets ended early just to show mercy to the other team.
And the first one, anybody?
Sir, I'm guessing the first one would be
You were
16 and
guessing
9.
the first one, 16 and 8.
16,
No, 16 and 9.
16 and
16
9.
and 9.
16
Yes,
and
sir.
8 is the correct answer. The bigger box is the 16-yard. That's where the goalie can go wherever they want. And then the 8-yard box is typically where the goalie has their free kicks or goal kicks.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Nihal, you should answer the question. You are the member of football team. Nihal? You missed it
Yes,
out.
sir. I
Okay, no
was
issues.
guessing.
No issues. Take it easy.
All right, and now for the chess trivia, we have 3 questions. The first being, when do you guys think the United States Chess Federation was founded? In 1921, 1939, or 1919?
I guess
I think
1939.
it's 1939.
How do you know that? Google search?
No, I just guessed it.
No cheating, no cheating.
How do you know that? That's
I
really
read
brilliant. You know
long ago.
about American chess.
By just guessing, okay.
Oh, you're gazing. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
This is a popular game, sir. It's also played our students in our country. Sorry, in our school.
Yeah, I know that. We are champion.
So it's a big
So I would
question.
like to
Yeah,
I'd like to
Okay.
inform you that actually we are the district champion in chess competition. Yeah,
That's awesome.
and our students participate in the national level.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
We have a chess player here. If he would like to introduce himself, he can.
Yeah, I'm Parker Ship.
Nice to meet you.
It's not working. It is working? Okay.
So this year,
Hello.
one of the participant, that means female student, that means she took part in the competition and she just qualified for the divisional round.
That's amazing.
This
Congratulations.
year, our boys performance is not so good, but girls did really well.
That's awesome. That's great to hear. We'll move on to the second and third questions for chess. second, how old do you guys think the 1958 US Chess Open champion was? Do you think he was 14 years old, 9 years old, or 22 years old?
22, I think.
14.
22.
22
22?
is incorrect.
It was Bobby Fischer. I think so.
Oh
Yep.
no.
Is it 14?
Yeah,
My
14
guess
is the
That's
correct
Bobby
answer.
Fischer.
Yep, we're actually going to talk about him later in the presentation. And
I'm
the
a
final
big fan
chess
of him.
question, really? Yeah, that's Bobby Fischer's a
Yeah.
very good chess player. We'll talk about him on the chess slide in
Okay,
a
I want to
second.
know this
How
answer from
Bobby
Piers.
Fischer there.
I want to know
Yes.
this answer from Piers because you have prepared the presentation of chess.
Okay,
Do you know
sir.
that? What does the word checkmate mean in Persian?
Checkmate means the king is hopeless. He can move into any other square. Like he is checked by every other pieces.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I looked up in my research, the Persian translation said that it was the king is dead, but it might be
I
the king
think
is
so.
hopeless.
I'm also agree with you.
Not hopeless. It's king is dead. Actually, when
Yeah.
you used to say checkmate, that means you have already finalized. You have taken the decision. Okay, the opponent cannot move. That time we used to say checkmate. Okay. No issues.
Okay,
Take
my
it
name
easy, Piers.
my name is Evelyn, and I'm going to do the American football. So I'm actually going to start by asking, does anybody know what the Super Bowl is?
Dipu, do you know that? Dipu or Noman? Super Bowl.
Sir, from the international side, I think American football is the rugby one, and Super Bowl is the main match of their state, of the country.
Yes, that's correct.
Like
So
the
Brilliant.
final match of the NFL.
yes,
Thank
so
you
the
so
Super
much.
Bowl is the biggest game of the year, and it's played by the two best teams. I will talk about that later. But my first trivia question is, how many Super Bowls do you think have been played? 19, 71, or 50, 57? If you guys want to guess, you can guess.
You can guess it.
57.
That's correct.
57.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so then my next question is, what does the NFL stand for? National
I think
Football
it's
League.
National Football League.
National Football
It's
League.
National Football League.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. So then my next question is, how many NFL teams are there in the United States?
28.
42, 41,
32,
I guess.
41.
32.
32?
28.
32 is the correct answer. So
Okay,
then,
no problem. Good, go
so,
ahead.
so my next question is, what team is located in our city? So we're from Kansas City. So what team do you think it is?
49ers.
Chiefs.
Patriots.
Chiefs.
So our team's actually
Carry
the Chiefs is
Chiefs.
ours, the Kansas City
I was
Chiefs.
right. I was right.
Yay!
I was right. I'm also was right.
Good job.
Woohoo!
Good
Well
job.
done. Well done. Good job. Well
All
done.
right. So we're gonna move on to our next slide now.
Okay, so moving on to soccer. So starting with soccer in America, obviously we call it soccer and not football. Originally this started as a joke, but the Americans decided to continue calling it soccer while everyone else went back to calling it football. The rules were finalized December 1863 by the founding members of Association Football. And that kind of ties into our questions from earlier about the goal box, the number of players, and mercy rule. And then since 1863, things have evolved. So now you are not allowed to wear jewelry. My ears used to be pierced, but because I wasn't allowed to play with them pierced, I let them close because I never wore earrings after that. And then goal kicks, originally nobody was allowed in the goal box when a keeper was taking a goal kick, but now people can enter the goal box while there is a goal kick. Now, for my experience with playing soccer, I have played for 8 years. 3 of those years were rec, which is recreational. That just is more for people who are playing the sport for fun. And then I played 5 years club, which is more competitive and takes the sport more serious. And then I've played 2 years in high school, which overlaps with my club years. On average, I pay almost $1,100 a year to play soccer competitively. In the Bangladeshi taka, that is almost around 100 to 120,000 BDT just to play soccer. And I'm on a scholarship, so my price is reduced. Now, other people with my club pay around $2,000 to $3,000 a year in US dollars, where in your currency, it would be around 219,000 to 328,000 BDT a year. So a lot of money is spent to be able to play the sport competitively. Here I have some photos of soccer with my experience. So in the top right corner with all the yellow jerseys, this is my team. I played with them all the 5 years that I have played club. A lot of them I knew when I even played rec soccer. So it's a very team sport. You know, you have to get along with everyone to be able to play the sport efficiently. On the bottom right corner is my high school team, the first year I played. So we all just, again, like you have to be able to get along with everyone to be able to play the sport. Then in the photo next to the yellow jerseys, that is a picture of me and my club friends wearing all of our different school jerseys because we all go to different schools. So I am in 39 and my friend is in 40. We both play for the same school. Then in the purple number 6 jersey, she plays for a school out in Blue Springs. Then the number 12 and number 2 blue jerseys, they also play for a school in Blue Springs, just a different one. And then the red jersey, she plays for a school out at Fort Osage. So even though we all play club together, we're all on different high school teams. Then I have some pictures of me playing the sport. These were from my first year on the high school team. And then the guy in the red jersey, he is actually my soccer coach for club. He's been my coach for 3 years now. He plays not competitive soccer, the pro league. We have an indoor league and an outdoor league. So for the indoor, it is usually played on hockey fields, but they lay turf out so they can play. He plays for the team named the Comets. And then we also have an outdoor league, which is the MLS, and that is Sporting KC is the one for Kansas City. They have their own stadiums that they play at. For example, ours is called the Children's Mercy Stadium. So, and then in the bottom left corner, I have a picture of me and my club team again, where we won a championship. Typically you have your regular league game, which is usually composed of 10 games. And then we also do tournaments throughout the year. So this year I will have 3 tournaments that I will attend. So this is all of my stuff about soccer and how it is in America and for me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing.
Wow, that was amazing.
Thank you. So we'll be moving on to David with chess now.
Okay.
All right. So I'm aware that you guys have your own chess team in the Pabna Collectorate School. And as an American, I'm not super familiar with chess, though I do know how the pieces move. So I could play, maybe not very well. My rank might be like J or something. But as for American history with chess, the United States Chess Federation is what operates all of the tournaments and the settings for it. That was founded in 1939, and that building is actually located in St. Louis, Missouri, which is around 3 or so hours from our current location, which I was very intrigued to hear that. I did not know that. So I may go and visit the chess headquarters sometime this year. Maybe, probably not, but I might. So moving on, the largest tournament that the United States has is the US Open. It is held every 2 years, I believe. And it will be happening this year. I'm not sure where, but that will be happening this year. And like we said before, the youngest champion was 14-year-old Bobby Fischer. I remember somebody in this conference said that they were a fan of him. I think his legacy is very cool. And America worldwide averages to be around second rated globally. And through my research that I conducted, I think we have around 9 world championships since 1886, which I think is very cool. So yeah, and then moving on to the pictures, we have some this building in the upper left, that is the chess headquarters, like I mentioned, in St. Louis. It's not very exciting, but it is cool to have a building dedicated. To the right, we have 14-year-old Bobby Fischer playing in a game. I'm not sure which game this was, but he looks to be doing very well. On the bottom left, we have the American Chess Magazine, which just kind of points out how big it is in America. I'm not a very avid participant, but if we have magazines, I would assume that it's fairly popular. And in the middle, we have a much more grown-up Bobby Fischer playing against an other opponent that I'm not sure of his name, but it looks to be a pretty intense game. So yeah, that was the chess presentation bit. Now I will be passing it to my colleague, Evelyn.
Okay, thank you, David. Okay, so I'm going to talk about American football. So football is a contact sport played mostly by men. The goal of the game is to get your ball to the end of the field and score a touchdown. So pro football is played by the best players in the country. There are 32 teams in the National Football League. So actually, we have the Kansas City Chiefs, and they are red. So we do a lot of celebration for the Chiefs in our city, and they actually just played yesterday and they won. So that was pretty cool. Pro football is televised 3 days a week, Monday, Thursdays, and Sundays. Sundays, you're usually the biggest day, and they have the most games. And almost 72% of Americans tune into the National Football League a week, which is really cool. That's like more than half of our population watches. The NFL plays for 18 weeks, and at the end, they play the 2 best teams in the divisions play in the Super Bowl. And the Super Bowl is a really big deal, and it is called the Super Bowl Sunday. This is like a huge deal for everybody in America, and like there's usually big get-togethers to watch the game, and it's really cool for us in our town because our team has won the Super Bowl 2 times. So they won last year, so that was really cool. And we actually got out of school because when they won, there was a big parade to celebrate through our whole state downtown, and it was really huge. And like I said, we didn't have to go to school that day, and I got to go and watch the parade, and it was really cold, but it was really fun. The Super Bowl also has the Super Bowl halftime show, and the halftime show is like the biggest concert of the year, and usually a big celebrity performs, and almost 118 million people watch the Super Bowl halftime show. So that's a really big deal. So now I'm going to move on to my pictures. So this is our logo for our team, the Kansas City Chiefs. And then the next picture is a picture of one of our 2 best players, which would be Patrick Mahomes, who is actually the best quarterback in the NFL, and then Travis Kelce, who's our tight end, and they do a lot of fun stuff. They're fun to watch. And then under that is just the NFL logo, and then there's also pictures of some celebrities who have performed at the halftime show. And then there's this picture is the picture of the parade from last year, which as you can see, there's a lot of red and a lot of people celebrating for our Chiefs because they won the Super Bowl. And then those are this picture down here is all the 32 logos of all the different teams that you could support and watch and people root for. I actually brought this sweatshirt to show you guys, which is a Chiefs sweatshirt, and people wear these to support. It's just red. This is something I own that I wear for the Chiefs. And then this is just a picture of people playing the game. And as you can see, it's very contact and lots of tackling. And so can you go to the next slide? So we also have our own team at school. So this is some pictures of our team. Our team is not the best, but it's still fun. It's a great opportunity for people to show their support for their school. And the bottom left corner is a picture of the student section. There's a lot of cheering and a lot of chants, and it's a whole lot of fun. That's one of my favorite things to do on the weekend is go and watch our school play. So that's about it for me. Thank you guys.
Is that it?
Yep. Yes.
Very
Friends,
welcome.
I know we were running a bit over what we had said, but we do have some extra time and we would like to stay and answer questions if any of you want to stay a little longer and ask questions and talk a little more. We do have some time. So I just wanted you to know.
So if you want to know something, if you want to know about something about the game, you can ask anybody. If you have any
So
queries.
which team has won the Super Bowl most? Like which team is the most title holder?
So the Patriots are the New England Patriots have won the Super Bowl the most.
Why you are saying for football, soccer? Why you do not say football?
Because originally it started as a joke around in the UK where people called it soccer, but when everybody went back to calling it football, I guess the Americans just wanted to continue calling it soccer. So it's just been like that for as long as I can remember.
Okay, my question is what encourages you to keep playing soccer and who was your inspiration?
Well, my inspiration is my older brother because we are a soccer family. My uncle played when he was in school. My older brother played. Both of my younger brothers have played and I play. So I've just grown up around it my whole life. And my older brother, just watching him play was really my biggest inspiration because he enjoyed it so much. So I just continue to play because of him. And I just enjoy the sport and being around all the people, and my team, we're just very close. So we can always have serious times together, like really get into the sport, but then we can always joke around as well. So I just like our dynamic.
I have a question. Who is your favorite soccer player? I mean the star players you watch on TV. Who's your favorite player?
Well, out of the MLS, which is played in the United States, my favorite would have to be either Johnny Russell or Graham Zusi. And then I guess Messi also plays for the MLS now. So then Messi I actually have a huge cardboard cutout of Messi in my bedroom that says Yo quiero Pepsi. So
here in Bangladesh, we just divide into two groups. One is Neymar, another is Messi. So
yes, I do really
go
like
with
Neymar
Messi.
as well.
I'm not in any of that.
Ronaldo's there too.
The other side, we have Cristiano Ronaldo.
There's a
as well.
big group of Ronaldo too. There
I
is a
don't
big
think
group
so.
of Ronaldo too.
Sorry, don't support.
Ronaldo is now Arabian Nights.
But he still lives in
Super
his
star of our-
38.
Can I
Okay,
ask
what
a
is your
question?
question?
Yeah, I have one.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
What is the meaning of check in Persian? I mean, checkmate if it's the king is dead or hopeless, then what is the meaning of check in the Persian language?
I think with the research that I did, the checkmate, it translated to the king is dead, but in Persian, I think I'm not super knowledgeable on the Persian language, but maybe Iyad might know a thing or two about it. He's telling me he might not, but he might.
Unfortunately, I don't really know Persian. My first language is Arabic, but I would guess it's the king is dead. That's like just my guess.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question. What are the differences between rugby and American football?
With rugby, there's usually less padding than American football, and there's usually a couple minor differences in rules. Like, I'm pretty sure there's less kicking and stuff in rugby compared to American football, where you kick a field goal. And overall, there's less padding and helmets and protection and stuff.
How many players play in American football at a time?
I'm pretty sure that there's about 12 people on the field at a time. And there's two sides of the ball. So there's an offensive side and a defensive side. So the offense side, yeah, I mean 11. Sorry, there's 11. But
And then there's 53 in total on the team.
on the team. So there's like an offensive side and a defensive side, and the defensive side is, do they defend the ball?
Yes, the defensive side guards the offending side from getting the ball from the quarterback.
Okay, which side do you prefer? Testing if you're on the field. Which side do you prefer in that time?
I would prefer to be on the offensive side, I think.
Yeah, the
Offensive
offensive side is the one that you want to be on.
Hey.
Yeah. Tackling people is fun, I think.
How many points does a team get when they make a touchdown?
When a team scores a touchdown, they score 6 points. And after they score a touchdown, they have the chance to kick the ball through the field goal, the thing that looks like this. Can you repeat the question?
Do you mean like a penalty?
Yeah, almost like a penalty kick. And if they make the ball through the field goal, they get an extra point. So in total, they can earn 7 points for a touchdown. But if they miss the field goal, they only get 6.
And what if they shoot before having a touchdown? How much fun would they get if they score a goal?
Touchdowns are, well, there's 6, but other ways they can get points. I think if, I don't know, somebody, how do they get 3? I know they can
Okay,
get 3.
so there's something called a touchback, and you can get 3 points from that. There's also something called a 2-point conversion. So instead of kicking a field goal, you can do a 2-point conversion and try and run the ball into the end zone, and you can get 2 points from that instead of 1.
And if it's only a field goal, then it's 3 points. If they can't make it to the goal, they can still kick it like a penalty kick, but it's only 3 points then.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, before playing football or soccer, whatever you say, do you do makeup?
Typically, when playing, we do not wear makeup because obviously we're sweating a lot. We play year long, so especially when we're playing in the summer, we don't typically wear anything on our face because it can run. But I have had friends that have worn mascara and it looks like they cried for hours because it was running down their face from sweat. So, but typically, no, we don't wear anything on like makeup when we're playing soccer.
Sometimes though, people that do play outdoor sports, they will put black paint under their eyes, and that helps with the sunlight. It helps with keeping that out of their eyes so they can see better.
Yeah, especially in football, they'll always put like black lines across their like under their eyes so the sun won't go directly into their eyes.
Okay, that's cool. I'm really curious to know that how many Americans play soccer? Like, do you have any idea about this?
I don't know the exact number, but in Kansas City where we live, it is a huge sport. People travel here from other places for camps. I did a camp one year and I think I met like 20 people from different states that came just to Kansas City for the camps that we have. So it's very big here. We have around like 10 to 20 different soccer clubs, some ranging like very expensive to others being less expensive and more just almost like a recreational league, even though it's a competitive sport. So, but I don't have an
Wow,
exact
that's
number of how
amazing.
many.
I just looked it up on Google and it said around 24 million people across America play soccer.
Oh, that's huge. Like
Yeah.
lots of people that mean.
Yeah,
They-
I know that there's like a lot. I have a lot of friends, and myself included, that played rec soccer when they were young. I've played rec soccer before. I never went competitive, but I feel like that's a big deal here that when you're little or you're younger, you play rec soccer and it kind of just gets you out. But I feel like that's a big thing that a lot of people do for their children. Like parents put their kids in it when they're young, and then if you are still good when you're older, you start playing competitively. But I feel like it's a big deal, and a lot of kids play soccer when they're young.
That's interesting. I can see like you all are so active in like games, like soccer, chess, like everything. That's really make fun. Yeah.
Yes, our school has a lot of team sports that you can join. We have softball, baseball, volleyball, basketball, football, a lot of balls, sports, but yes, there are a lot of activities you can join at our schools.
Yeah, same
I
here.
want to know what is the status of cricket there?
Yeah, right.
Here in
That's
Bangladesh,
true.
we all are mad about cricket.
Yeah.
I personally have no idea how to play cricket. I think I've only ever seen like mentions of it in movies. So I don't know anything about cricket personally,
So
though.
have you ever watched like a live cricket, like when others was playing, and have you ever
No.
enjoyed any match, any cricket match? No, never.
I
Never.
have. I've watched
Oh my
one
God.
match. I'm pretty sure they're actually talking about making it a like a team sport at my school. Yeah, like they were trying to get petitions or something like that. I don't know very much about the sport, but I've seen it played before. So
I
Okay,
don't
thank you so
personally
much.
play cricket. Oh, I don't
Yeah.
personally play cricket or watch cricket, but my mom has, and she also has a cricket bat, like what you hit the ball with in cricket. So I find it really interesting. I think it would be cool to learn more about it.
Okay, thank you so much. Dipu,
Okay.
would you like to share something about our cricket in Bangladesh present status orally?
Presentation.
Yes, sir.
No. We don't
They
need to
wouldn't.
share the presentation. We don't have enough time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sir,
Dipu.
I would like to do it. I would like to do it my PowerPoint presentation. It would be better to describe.
Can you share something about oral presentation?
Orally, I would say like the the present status of cricket in Bangladesh is like mad. Everyone is crazy about this sport. Like all the peoples of Bangladesh, their emotion is connected with cricket, and cricket is in everyone's blood. Like everyone from childhood learns how to cricket, like how to play cricket, and where to play. Everything they know about cricket.
Would you like to
Everyone
share
in the
something about
country.
Saqib Al Hasan, our pride?
Yes, Saqib Al Hasan. He is our pride. He is the hero of Bangladesh, the number one all-rounder of current cricket world. He is the man when our Bangladesh cricket team needs him in dangerous situation. He is master. He has showed his excellence both in batting and bowling. He has some extraordinary records, like he has the most 4 wickets. He has the most wickets. He holds the record for the most wickets taken in home ground, and he is the only all-rounder in all of the world to score 14,000 runs, 3 formats combined, and to take 600 wickets internationally.
Yeah, thank you, Dipu. Jamil, would you like to share something about cricket team of Bangladesh or Sakib Al Hasan?
Yes, sir, no problem. Actually, as we know, cricket is the most popular game in our country. Actually, it's very hard to find someone who doesn't like cricket in our country. And actually, we have a cricket team which is a better team, and it is currently one of the best teams in the world according to the squad strength. If you check, there are 3 formats in cricket internationally: Test, T20I, and One Day. And among these 3 formats, Bangladesh are doing pretty well in ODI. Their squad is much stronger in the One Day international format, and all the good records we have, most of them are related to One Day cricket. And Sakib Al Hasan, there's nothing more to say. He is probably the best cricketer in this world, and also the world's most underrated cricketer as well. He is the only player from our country who played in almost every franchise leagues around the world. You name it, Big Bash League, IPL, BPL, or anything else. Though BPL is our own domestic league. And Sakib Al Hasan, actually there were some exceptional and strange rules in the Cricket World Cup 2019. But if you just don't think about the rules, no doubt Sakib Al Hasan would have been the best player of the World Cup that far. Currently, he is the #1 all-rounder in One Day and T20I, and he is the only cricketer in history to be the #1 all-rounder in ICC rankings in all the formats. And that's
Thank you so
from
much,
a
Jamil.
country like.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So Cook.
And one of the interesting things that the Bangladeshi national team, popularly known as Tiger, yeah, the Tiger, you know.
Yeah, okay, thank you,
Even
Nusrat.
it
So
is,
Cook, if you give me the permission, I would like to share the last slide, if you have enough time.
Oh, yeah, we have to catch a bus in 14 minutes. So we got, as long as we're out before then.
Okay, then I think we can share it, because my
Excellent.
students really worked hard and they have prepared some presentation. So let's see. Nihal, are you there? Nihal?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now Nihal will share some local game.
So
Played in
hello everyone,
Bangladesh.
I'm Nihal
Give
from
me a
Bangladesh
minute.
Cricket Public
Give me
School
a
College
minute.
in grade 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna share this screen. Yeah, you can start. Can you see the screen?
So I can see the screen,
Yeah.
local games.
Yeah, okay.
So there are many local games. So there are many local games in Bangladesh. It is very popular in Bangladesh, also in India. So I added 10 local games in this slide. Sir, please show the next slide.
Yes, sure.
There are I added 10 local games named Ekadoka, Kumidanga, Kanamachi, Golachud, Borfani, Bochi, Eloti, Beloti, Guli Danja, Moroglorai. There are also many local games, etc. So I'm starting from Ekadoka. So Ekadoka, one of the game Ekadoka often referred to as Gudi is typically played by women. It is known locally as Gudi and is played with a smaller broken piece of an earthen pot. It could be flat clay that is rectangular or spherical on the ground. A large box about 3 years long is drawn, which is then divided into 6 smaller ones. There are other alternative formats, but they all have the same number of boxes. Every box has a common name, such as Akirghar for the first, Verghar for the second box, and so on up to 5 boxes. But the largest semicircle is known as the Shumudra. There are some fixed spots in every box. The player roll their Guti into first box. Then they stand in front of the straight line. Then Scooty is rotated by the toes of one foot into the second into the third, so on up to the 5th box, at which point the player turns back towards their starting positions in the same way, but in different directions. After taking one complete round, they once more roll the Guti from the second box When rolling the guti, the player sings the melody called Ekadoka. A player may rule out if their guti falls on the line they chose, the incorrect box, they leave their playing area, or places both of their feet inside the box. So this is the most popular and the most interesting game, Ekadoka. After that, you can see Kanamasi. You all know this game, maybe it's also called as blind fly. In this game, one wears a blindfold and tries to catch others. After that, sir, next slide. Sir, next slide.
So Kanamashi is the Bengali version of hide and seek. Probably you know, guys, hide and seek, right?
No, sorry, no. Hide and seek is another. Kanamati is with blindfold.
Both are similar, I guess.
No.
No, hide and seek is
Hide
called
and seek, you
Lokachuri.
have to hide yourself anywhere you want, and another person will find it out. But Kanamachi, you have to put some veil or put some cloth over your eyes and search your friend.
Okay.
There is a difference.
Yeah. So this is another game, Golachur. In Golachur,